What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach. I have to try something different. Here to help you through your spiritual awakening. Now, after my last video on Dark Night of the Soul stages, I got a lot of messages from you guys asking if you were in the Dark Night of the Soul, and you were kind of explaining what you were going through and experiencing. And then I kind of realized I don't think I've ever made a Dark Night of the Soul symptoms video. So this video is going to be about the Dark Night of the Soul symptoms, so you get a better idea of what you're experiencing and why you are experiencing it. Now, the Dark Night of the Soul, it's a process. So this means that the Dark Night of the Soul symptoms you experience are going to be different during the different stages of the Dark Night of the Soul. But it's those initial symptoms once the Dark Night of the Soul starts that really kind of throw people off their spiritual path a little bit, because there's a lot of confusion involved there. So I will be making more videos on Dark Night of the Soul symptoms, as I mentioned, because the symptoms do change on the different levels. But let's get into those initial Dark Night of the Soul symptoms so that you've got some clarity on your spiritual journey. Let's go right now. Dark Night of the Soul symptoms. So you've had that initial spiritual awakening. The light has come through. It's shining on your life. It feels so great, but that light is also shining on everything in your vibration and your beliefs that is out of alignment with your soul. Now, what that does is that's going to stir up a lot of feelings of confusion, as well as feeling frustratedly stuck on your current timeline, because now all of a sudden you've got all these questions about the nature of reality. You're not sure who you are anymore, where you're going in life, and what your role is in the nature of the universe. So obviously this can be a pretty frustrating Dark Night of the Soul symptom, because all of the beliefs that you have clung on to your entire life have fallen away, and now you're in this limbo pattern where you feel stuck, confused, and frustrated on your current timeline. Now, this initial Dark Night of the Soul symptom where you feel frustratingly stuck on your current timeline, feeling confused about where you are in life and where you're going and the meaning of it all, obviously can be pretty tough, but I really wanted to bring awareness to this because it's super easy to get stuck just in this initial stage, especially if you don't know what to do next. So I wanted to bring awareness to this. So the next stage is going to be self-discovery. So if you kind of have, one foot stuck in the mire of not knowing the answer, you have to take the initiative to go find the answer. You have to find what is your solid ground, what resonates with you. And if you're coming from a heart-centered space, your personal truth is going to resonate with your soul. It's going to resonate with spirit, which means it's out of alignment with fear. So buckle up, because now it means you're going to have to heal anything that is repressed in your shadow, that is in alignment with fear, that is not only keeping you from living your personal truth, but it's also keeping that old identity alive in your current timeline. Dark Night of the Soul symptoms: frequent bouts of depression. So a very common Dark Night of the Soul symptom is frequent bouts of depression. Again, this happens because you are just all of a sudden thrown into this state of not knowing who you are, where you're going in life, what's the meaning of life, what's the nature of reality. And this can also spur on feelings of this constant underlying feeling of fear and anxiety. Because if we think about it, who am I? Where am I going? What's the nature of reality? What's my role in it all? All of those are questions. Well, guess who hates questions? The ego. So the ego is all about control. When the ego doesn't know something, the ego will kind of spur all of those feelings of fear and anxiety The ego is a survival mechanism. So the ego believes that if it can fear monger you into taking action to go get those answers so that it feels warm and fuzzy, then everything will be okay. But unfortunately, that typically stymies people with fear and they stay stuck in a state of fear and panic. So dark night of the soul symptoms: frequent bouts of depression with that constant underlying emotion of fear and anxiety as well, because you're in the dark, hence dark night of the soul. Again, take that action towards self-discovery. All of the answers are within. Dark night of the soul symptoms: feeling overwhelmed because you may be being asked to make some major life changes at the worst time possible when you don't feel strong enough to handle it. Timing is everything. Isn't it funny how you may be forced to make these life changes at the worst possible time? Well, there are no accidents in an absolute intelligent universe. The universe may be forcing you to make these changes just so you can demonstrate to yourself just how freaking powerful you actually are, which you may not have been aware of unless you had to overcome this challenge. So feeling overwhelmed is definitely a dark night of the soul symptom, especially if you're being faced with those major life changes. But you've got to remember that it's all a part of the process. Those major life changes are happening because those changes are going to be in alignment with your soul path. Now, that's going to be very tough for you to see and understand, especially if you're looking through life through the ego's lens of fear, anxiety, worry, self-sabotage, worst case scenario. That's the ego's game. But if you have the inner standing, the subconscious belief that the universe is always conspiring in your favor and everything always works out to your highest good, then that's what you'll actually experience. It's your beliefs that create your reality, your beliefs with feeling. But also remember to initiate that action toward self-discovery so that you can self-discover just how powerful you actually are. And now it's time for quote of the day. And of course, our good old buddy, question of the day. What dark night of the soul symptoms are you going through out there, Light Fam? Let us know in the comments below what you're experiencing on your dark night of the soul. And I will see all of my beautiful Light Fam in the next video. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.